welcome to my channel. Well, today I decided we're going to make some chicken bog. Now, I know a lot of you probably don't know what that is, so before I get started on that dish, I do want to go over a little bit about the history and the origin of this dish. So what chicken bog is basically it is a rice dish, and it contains rice, chicken, onions, spices, and sausage, and it's all cooked together in one big pot. And it dates back to about the early 18th century as far as we know. And it originated in rural South Carolina, and it was particularly popular with the farmers because they could feed a lot of people. They could feed all their farm hands and everything using the one pot. And in fact, there's one place in South Carolina that has a bog off festival every year. So I may try to go down there this year and see what that's all about. But this is a very tasty dish, and if you do try it, I think you'll enjoy it. I'm going to be listing all the ingredients in the description below, so you can try this for yourself, and you should be able to make this pretty easily. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to meet you by my stove. Okay, I've heated about a tablespoon of canola oil in my skillet. Now you can use any kind of oil you want. I just happen to have canola oil on hand, so that's what I'm using. But to that, I'm going to add one whole onion that I have chopped coarsely. I didn't try to chop that too fine. So we want just a coarse chop on those. And to that, I'm going to add one package of smoked sausage that I had sliced and then cut in half. So we're going to put that in there with the pan. Whoops, I missed part of it. There we go. Okay, put that in with the onion, and we're just going to cook this until the sausage is lightly browned and the and the onion has become translucent. Now it's funny, growing up in the Midwest, I had never heard of chicken bog. I had no clue what that was. I used to be a pianist for a Southern gospel singing group, and we had a concert at a place called the Gospel Barn. And they were having a dinner that night, and the man running the Gospel Barn had a turkey cooker, and it was full of chicken bog that he had been making. And that was the first time I had ever heard of it. Had no idea what it was. But it was pretty good. So, and my husband really liked it, so I decided that I would make it today and put it on the video. Now I'm doing it a little easier. You know, I think, like I said before, I'm going to be doing this in the crock pot. So this is going to be a slow cooker recipe. But you could actually put this in a pot and do the whole thing on a stove if you wanted to do it that way. That's up to you. So I thought it was an interesting recipe anyway, but okay, that's starting to look pretty good. Onions are getting translucent, and boy, do they smell. They smell like cooked onions, so that's... Okay, and to that, I think we're ready to add, if I can get the lid off of it, there. I'm going to add about a teaspoon of minced onion. Now, the recipe actually calls for, minced garlic. The recipe actually calls for 3 cloves, but my husband and I aren't real big garlic fans, so I cut that back a little bit for this recipe. But you could certainly add it to yours, the full 3 cloves, if that's what you wanted. Okay, and we're going to let this cook about 1 more minute, and then I'll be back with you to show you what we're going to do next. Okay, I am back over on my kitchen island and I have my crock pot. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the sausage and onion and garlic that we cooked just a minute ago. We're just going to put that right in our crock pot. Okay, and set this aside. Okay, and now to that I'm going to add 2 cups of uncooked rice, and this rice I had washed it thoroughly before I put it in and added it. So that just seems to help it not get as sticky and mushy as it can get. Okay, and to that I am adding 4 cups of chicken broth. We're going to add 1 teaspoon of black pepper, and that's just about right. A little bit more than that because that wasn't quite there. That's closer to a teaspoon. I typically don't measure that because I kind of got a little hollow in my hand that works out to about the teaspoon. And we're going to use that to get our teaspoon of salt. Alright. Now, I'm just going to stir this together. Oops, that's a fork. That's not a spoon. There we go. I'm just going to stir this together. And we are going to cook this on low for about 4 to 5 hours. And in the meantime, before this gets done, I'm going to be cooking my chicken because we'll have to get our chicken shredded and ready to add later. So I will be back with you when I'm ready to do that. Okay, my chicken bog has been going now for about an hour and a half, and this is what we have so far. It's looking and smelling pretty good. I'll put the lid back on this, and we're going to let this continue to cook. And I'm going to turn you around here. And I have my chicken cooking in my pressure cooker because I want it to be very tender, and I want to be able to shred it easily. So it's got 25 more minutes left on the timer, so the chicken should be getting ready pretty soon, and I'll be able to take it out and shred it. Okay, this chicken bog has been going for a few hours, and it's pretty much done. So what I did just now is I added another cup of chicken broth to it, and I'm getting ready to add the 2 chicken breasts that I shredded and cooked in the pressure cooker a little while ago. And we're just going to stir this together and mix that in. Okay, and I'm going to add just a little more chicken broth to that because that doesn't hardly look like it was enough. All right. Okay, and there is our chicken bog. I'm going to put the lid on this and just let it stay on keep warm for just a little while until we're ready to eat it. But I just took a little sample of it and it tastes wonderful. It's a very, very tasty dish. Okay, my chicken bog is done. Now you can garnish this with green onion if you like, and you can also serve this with hot sauce if any way that you want to serve it. But I just, like I said a little while ago, the taste that I took of this is really, really good. I think you'll be real happy with this recipe if you try it. Well, I hope you enjoyed seeing the video on the chicken bog. And if you did, please give me a like and consider subscribing to my channel, and also leaving a comment because I do love reading your comments, and I try to respond to those comments just as soon as I see them. So y'all have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.